What's going on, guys? Ozric here, and I'm playing some 2v2 face-off. Playing on the new DLC drop for this game type, which is called Erosion. And I can't tell you guys how much I love these maps. I wish these maps were just a little bit bigger and they would have brought it to the multiplayer. I'm sure you guys would love them too. There's just such a mixture of, good rushing lines of sight, good defensive spots, and it's just an overall great experience. This came from the session I played with Scrub Killer, and like I said, we went on a nice little win streak, and this was probably my best game out of it. This is just one of those matches where I was just in the zone. Have you guys ever been in the zone? A lot of you sports players out there, you guys know what I'm talking about, what it's like to be in the zone. I remember when I used to play basketball back in the day, that coveted time when you just get in the moment, where you're just in the zone. Everything is going right for you. Your awareness is like triple what it normally is. That's how I was in this game. And my setup for this class, that I have on, is the P90. I have silencer and I have rapid fire. That's probably my favorite gun setup for this face-off game, of whether it's 1v1 or 2v2. When you think of a setup for yourself to use, you gotta understand first, how big is the map? Are the maps big or are they small? Well, in this case, the maps are really small. They have tight, close quarters, and there's always a lot of action around you. So if that's the case, your best bet is to go with a submachine gun. Me personally, I like the P90. That's probably the submachine gun that I do best with. It's not my favorite, but it's the submachine gun where I get the best results usually because it has a good mixture of great close quarter ability, and it can also kill very well from mid-range. But yeah, guys, some other tips for face-off is your perk setup. Always run Assassin. And I know there's going to be people out there saying, don't promote Assassin, don't promote Assassin. Dude, they got portable radars in this game. People camp. You got to be an idiot if you don't run Assassin. If you move about the map whatsoever, go with Assassin. And the good thing about running a silencer as well on your gun is that, especially in 2v2, the players in this playlist are not your average scrubby dub players that you guys are going to meet in TDM and Ground War and all these other lobbies. These players actually have higher awareness, so you have to keep that in mind. It's better to run a suppressor because you might catch one guy off guard, you might spray him down, your gun is unsuppressed, but his teammate is going to see you on the minimap. And believe me, guys, when I'm playing in this game mode, I always pay attention to where my teammate is. I know when he dies. When he dies, I know where the enemy's coming from. So if they had a red dot pop up on the screen, I would just pinpoint, to a T exactly where he is. And you don't want that to happen. So try to run with the suppressor. Try to run Assassin. And for the third perk, I would go one of two ways. I would either go with Dead Silence Pro, or if you have it unlocked, go with Sit Rep Pro. Sit Rep Pro is now a beast of a perk, guys. Basically what they did was they made it so Dead Silence is countered by Sit Rep Pro. Sit Rep Pro increases the volume of footsteps. Dead Silence decreases the volume of your footsteps. So if you have Sit Rep Pro, you hear regular people almost, I think it's like twice as loud. And then you hear the people that have Dead Silence as if they were normal. And normal footsteps are very audible. You can hear them coming a long ways away, especially in a map like this or a game mode like this where there's not a lot of action going on from distance, no ambient noise, and you can just tune in to your headset. So I would either go with Sit Rep Pro or I would go with Dead Silence Pro. Me personally, I was using Dead Silence Pro because I am running around the map a lot, and I don't want people really picking up my footsteps. I've been sound hoard a couple times. Like, there's been people using Sit Rep Pro against me since it's been, tuned up. And yeah, they were able to hear me. I can tell from the kill cams. They immediately heard me. They turned around. So that kind of sucks. There's no real counter to Sit Rep, but I mean that's the way it should be. You shouldn't be able to run around without anybody hearing you whatsoever. But yeah, in this gameplay here, I was lucky to pick up this guy's P90. When it comes to rushing and running around, just like I gave you guys tips in my last PM9 video, is always turn the corner ready to hip fire. I do that a lot, And don't be afraid to just take it a little bit slower when you're moving around the map. I'm not saying crouch walk the entire map. I'm not saying camp in the back. I'm saying like when you're approaching and you're rushing, don't hesitate to actually stop for a second, gather yourself, listen into where the enemy's coming from. Like you see me do that a lot here. Like I'll rush for a little bit and then I'll stop, aim down sight because I'm anticipating the enemy coming to me. Some other tips for you as far as first tier perks, the blue perks. I would actually go with Recon. That's all I run in Face Off is I run Recon Pro, I run Assassin, and then I run either, sometimes I have Stalker, but, I've kind of moved away from that. I'd either run Sit Rep or Dead Silence, like I said. Recon, basically, the bullet damage. Recon Pro, the bullet damage will paint the enemy. So you get into so many engagements that you might die, for example. Like you might get shot, but you almost always at least get one bullet into him. So that's going to paint him on the minimap for 10 seconds. So that lets you get a chance to respawn. And as you respawn, you now know his exact location. And if you're playing 2v2, your teammate knows his position now too. And then I run the flashbangs because I toss them out. It's really effective because as you can see in this game, like the other team, this is normal for this game mode. The other team hiding. So in order to counter people hiding, the best way to combat that is to be aggressive like I'm being. I'm always extremely aggressive. I'm using Recon Pro to its fullest advantage. And I'm listening in for footsteps. And I'm just trying to predict where these guys are going to go. By the end of the match, we figured out that these guys just want to go in that two-story corner building the entire game. And we're able just to throw grenades in there, throw flashbangs, paint them on the minimap. And that was easier for us. I would actually have a harder time playing against people who are actually running around with Dead Silence and trying to flank because you don't know where they're at. The big key to this is being unpredictable. But you see right here, get the final kill. Final score was like 22 kills. I think I have 4 deaths or something like that. Kind of wish I didn't get killed by that martyrdom grenade. But all in all, good match. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you like this video, please take the time to leave a like rating. As always, guys, thanks for watching. Peace.